Well, hi again. This is Christy Ruffino, and we are going to try this again. I don't know if any of you believe in like destiny or divine intervention, but today is definitely one of those days, which is good because I actually have something that amazing happened that I'll be able to share with you in a little while. That'd be a great opportunity for everybody. But I am in Chicago. And it is actually the coldest day so far in history. It is like really cold out. People aren't going anywhere. Cars are breaking down. Nothing is working. We've been getting messages on my phone all day about our internet provider being spotty. So if we can get through this whole live, I am going to be super excited. But honestly, I really have some great things I want to share with you. Just so you know a little bit about who I am. I am the founder of the Dynamic Professional Women's Networking Organization. We're a huge community here in the Chicagoland area, and we've even expanded into other states. And there's a couple other things that we have done throughout the years, or I've done throughout the years, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, just so you kind of know who I am and where this is all coming from. But what I want to do today is I want to help you get through someplace that you're stuck. You've got to be able to break through with certain changes. And throughout the years, I have gone through a whole array of various changes and evolvements and transitions. And it all started years ago. I was in a horrible situation that needed to desperately change, but I didn't know how to change. So I ended up by staying in that situation for way, way, way too long. And again, I am not sure if anybody is on here because this is the first time I've done a live in this group. And I know I've been a community member for a long time in Christina's higher level programs, which I would definitely recommend. They are a really great way for you to actually get good results in this community. The main group has a ton of people and there's a lot of things going on, but the connections don't always happen. Anyways, squirrel moment. I want to get back to change and how I want to help you break through certain barriers so you can start changing. All right, there we go. Awesome. I see people on here. Great. Hey, Peneg, hey, Maya. I love to have these be interactive, and I really appreciate you chiming in because when you're on this side of the camera, sometimes you're not kind of sure what's going on that side of the camera. So oh, Christine. Whoa. Hey, I haven't seen you forever. I'm glad you're part of this community. Either way, let's get back to change. Again, I was in a situation that desperately needed to change, but I had no idea how to do it. But unfortunately, things happened that kind of created the scenario where change wasn't an option anymore. And I'm not going to go into the details about that. But what happened is, I broke through all of the various barriers, and not because I wanted to, but because I had to. And it was scary. It was tough. It was just really, really a difficult point of my life. But I did come out on the other side, and I ended up by creating this amazing organization. Again, the Dynamic Professional Women's Network. And it has been really a blessing to me throughout the years. It's been a way for me to not only connect with some amazing women, but to help those women connect as well, to grow their businesses. So we have this organization, and actually that started 13 years ago, and things are rolling along and everything is getting comfortable. Life is just kind of going its own course. And I don't know if any of you have been in a position like that where things are moving forward and you just start to coast and you don't really get out of your comfort zone. You don't do risky things anymore. You're growing, but you're not growing in a way that is going to really make some transformational changes. So, hey, Lisa, oh my gosh, I am so glad you're with us, Lisa and Latrice and another Lisa. Susan, thank you. Awesome. Appreciate the feedback. But so I was rolling along with this organization. I had a great leadership team, and we had community chapters everywhere, and my dogs are having fun playing. They're kind of been pent up, not being able to play outside, so they're having a grand old time on the floor behind me. But so we needed to make more changes because I saw a problem. Even though our organization was growing, I saw a bigger problem where a lot of our women, a lot of our members were kind of making the great connections, but they had business models that they needed to get bigger exposure. They needed to be able to position themselves as an expert in their brand. Oh, hey, Patricia. I think we're actually going to book a call. Hey, that's awesome. So I'll get to see you pre our call. And Christy, awesome. Glad to see you. My name sister. She's actually one of the members of our community. So, squirrel moment. Okay. So I saw a problem. A lot of our women needed to position themselves as an expert in their particular area of expertise. And we didn't necessarily have the platform for that. But I realized that I had a great opportunity because I was involved in a book project that allowed me to kind of up-level my brand and position myself differently. And it really made a huge difference in my world. And so I made the decision, even though at that point I knew nothing about publishing, I made a decision to make some changes in our community and to jump into the publishing world and to create an opportunity for our members to become published authors and just kind of elevate their brand. I didn't know anything about it. It was scary. I felt I had a lot at risk or a lot at stake, because if it doesn't work, then I'm going to look like a fool to our community. I'm going to let our members down. I'm going to let down the women that are in the book because, you know, it was an experience that they had to invest in. And I didn't want to let them down. And what happened was we actually created this amazing project that we've been doing one book every year. We're 7 years into that and everything is going along great. But now we've got another problem because Christy has been coasting. And when we're coasting, we're not growing. So I have kind of been faced with this problem for the last year and kind of knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't want to do it because it was change, and change is scary, and I could fail. I could look like a fool. I mean, does this sound familiar to anybody? Do you ever come across these situations where you want to do something, you know you should do something, but if you do it and it doesn't work out, it's going to be horrible. So that's kind of where I was at. I was left with this this kind of crossroads. Like, do I jump into this next path or do I just keep coasting? And you know, I went through the year, I kept coasting, and what happened? Life created a scenario that forced me to change. It forced me to get out and do something different and to kind of do something that was scary, not because I wanted to, because I knew I should, but because I was at a position where I had no choice. So to go into that story, like 3 days before Christmas, I fell, I broke my kneecap. I'm still in a wheelchair right now. I'm sitting here like in my wheelchair. Look, I can roll forward and backwards. It's lots of fun. No, it's not. Because I can't get out, I can't do anything. And I know with the weather the way it is, that sounds like a blessing. But if you have ever been in a situation where you can't drive and you can't do the things you want to do, it's very frustrating. But being in this position slowed me down. It made me realize that I had to do things differently. I had no choice. I couldn't do the things I was doing before. So I had to make a change. And so that leaves me now where, and I'm going to give you your tips in a little bit, but I wanted to give you a little bit of a story and I'm going to wrap it up quickly. But it leaves me in a position now where I have made it a goal to, instead of helping 20 women become published authors, I'm going to help 100 women in 2019 become published authors, either in an anthology book, which an anthology book is kind of like a chicken soup for the soul type of a book, or by publishing their own book. And I've helped a lot of people publish their own book, but not to the extent that I want to do it for this year. So let's dive into my steps, because what I did, or what I realized during the weeks, actually for the first few weeks, I was like in bed. I was in a lot of pain. I couldn't really do the things I wanted to do. And I just spent that time to go back into my research and devise a plan of how I am going to create this change and do it by looking back at how I've done all of the changes in the past. And so I have created, it's not a new plan, but it's the plan that I've used over and over again, but I've refined it and I've tweaked it and I've kind of put it into this formula that you can easily use yourself. So first of all, if you have to jump off, this whole plan is on my website, which is ChristyRuffino.com. So if you have to leave in any time, go ahead and go to that website. Just opt in. You're going to get the whole 7-step guide as well as video training that I created. So you can get that free of charge, no obligations. But let me go into these 7 steps with you right now. And I hope everybody's with me. Oh, Wendy. Oh, awesome. Hey, Wendy. Wendy, you are one of those women that need to get your book in the world. I know you've been dragging your feet for the last year. We've been talking about it, but this is your year to make it happen. Just like Shannon, she did it. You're going to be right behind her because look at all the great things that are going on in her world. Oh my gosh. She is speaking everywhere. She is putting together another book. And so that will be her 3rd book. She may be in our Christian Women devotional. So you need to be on this train with us, Wendy. Okay, so let's go to step 1. Identify first what needs to change. Okay, it's very easy for us to look at all of the bad things in our life. But what we need to do is look at all of those bad things and then write them down, but then kind of put them off to the side. Maybe like wad them up and like throw them in the fireplace and focus on the positive things that need to be changed. Like what are your goals and your dreams and what is the big vision of all of the things that you want to do going forward? So that is step 1. Step 2 is now we need to figure out of that whole list, what are the top 3 most riskiest things that you have on that list, the things that scare you, the things that you look at and you're like, oh my gosh, that could never happen. It would be great if it did, but they're too crazy. Honestly, ladies, those are the things that you need to identify as your top areas of focus, what I call your risky list. Those are the things that scare you, that actually petrify you, that you feel are impossible to achieve. But I will tell you, if you set your mind to it and you bring the right people around you to make it happen, you can make it happen. And the things that are the scariest are the things that you are going to make the biggest impact in the world. Think about it. Think about all the things in your past. What have you done so far that have made the biggest impact? And if you look at them, they're probably the things that were really, really scary for you at the time. So identify what needs to change. Next, celebrate your risky list, which is your top 3 crazy, most challenging things on that list. And then you need to target your most important one thing. And I call it my MIOT. I love acronyms. They don't always make a lot of sense, but I love acronyms. So this is a book. If you don't have it, you should get it. It's called The One Thing by Gary Keller. Oh my gosh, this is so good. And I don't know about you, but I'm one of those people that, first of all, have a lot of squirrel moments, go off into all different directions. And I used to think that I needed to be very broad in my area of focus and that I needed to do everything. I needed to be an expert on time management and efficiency and publishing and networking and all these areas. And what I found is the more things I am trying to be an expert at, the less I am effective at any of them. And the less I'm going to be known as the expert in that area. So of course I am the queen of collaboration. I have been for 13 years and that's never going to go away. But now my area of focus is not necessarily the queen of change, because this is just a way for me to help you make those change. But right now my area of focus is the queen of helping women up-level their brand and get more exposure by writing a book, but it goes way beyond a book. It's all of the different profit centers a book can provide you. When you sell a book, you're only making anywhere between $3 to $12, depending on royalty or if you're selling it on your own, and that is never going to make you a ton of money. But all of the profit centers that are are available to you as a published author. Those are the areas that I'm helping my clients with. So determining your most important thing is so valuable, because when you try to help everybody, you help nobody. When you try to do everything, you're able to do nothing. Really, you really don't do anything effectively. And so you need to determine your most important thing. So one thing on your risky list that you are going to give your 100% focus for the next 60 days. Because our goal is to create new habits, create a action plan, or create a plan, put actions into place, create habits, and so that change happens and you can go on to your next most important one thing. So that leaves us to step 4, which is to create a plan and schedule in your actions. So whatever you are looking to do, it's not going to happen by just wishing it's going to happen. We actually have to create a plan. And that is one of the things that I kind of mentioned earlier as far as divine intervention, because this is the coldest time in, I don't know if it's history, but for this year, and a lot of people are saying it's one of the coldest times in history in Chicago. But either way, everything is closing down. And I actually had a whole day seminar planned for tomorrow, Thursday, the 30th. I don't even know what date tomorrow is. I want to make sure I say the date, because where's my calendar? Here it is. Because if you're looking at this live later, so it is January 31st, the last day of the month of January. I had a all-day seminar that was just canceled this morning, which, what does it mean? I have a full open calendar. So what I want to do is I want to offer anybody that watches this live video to go to my website, which is workwithkristy.com. And I actually posted a special link. It's called, let's see, Special Thursday Call link. Oh gosh, now I lost you guys. Where'd you go? I switched over to that screen. There we are. Okay, so I put a big red button on that page, workwithkristy.com, and my whole schedule Thursday is opened, and I would love to book as many appointments that I can tomorrow to help you map out your plan to create multiple profit centers with a book. Okay, so you've got to create a plan, and then you've got to schedule in the action. So now you've got this plan of how you're going to create these different profit centers, and then you've got to make sure everything happens on your schedule in the next 60 days to put those things together and into fruition. So we'll talk about that. Not a problem. There's also some examples on the guide that you can opt in and get for free on my website, KristyRuffino.com. And then once you've done that, we're going to go to step number 5. And that is where you need to banish the saboteur. I actually had this yesterday, and of course it's gone. That's okay. We're going to improvise. So you're going to, once you've got this new plan, is everybody with me? I am not getting anybody new saying hi. I see a lot of people on here. Oh, there we go. Deborah Butler, hi. Thanks for joining. I can have failing, but really making it my business that makes me a scaredy cat. Yeah, I got it. But thank you for chiming in. I appreciate that. And love you all for commenting. Please feel free to keep commenting and sharing this video, because I want this to get to as many people as possible. I love this group. This group is amazing. We're all here to support each other. So step number 5 is we've got to banish the saboteur. Now, anytime we are facing something really important and really big, I will tell you, be prepared to be sabotaged. It's honestly, it's the universe or the devil, whatever you want to say. It's the bad parts of the universe. Because when we're able to make a big difference in the world, there are going to be things that are going to stop us. People, situations. I was really looking forward to my conference tomorrow, and that got canceled. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And I have a whole day. But I made lemonade out of those lemons, and now I'm hopefully going to be talking to all of you. But no matter what obstacles come your way, I will tell you, your biggest obstacle is going to be this here, what's right between your little ears. It's everything that goes on your head, inside your head, because we are typically our own worst enemies. We are. Yay. Hey, Katrina, thanks for joining. So yes, we are our own worst enemies, and we will sabotage our success with negative self-talk, with our own obstacles or bad habits. I know when I am faced with doing something new and scary, I end up by like putting that stuff off. Sales calls. Who loves making sales calls? I love them once I get into them. Like I love talking to people, clients and prospects. And once I get going, I'm like, all right, who's the next person? I love it once I get going, but getting started is the hardest part. And what I do is I end up by doing other things that are comfortable and easy and routine, and things that I think, oh gosh, I have to do this. This has got to be done. I've got to reconcile my bank account. I've got to do all these things. I got to get on Facebook. So I just want you to not do that. And I've got a really great trick to help you make that not happen. And again, I can't find it, but we're going to improvise. Oh, here it is. Okay. So this is like, I don't know if everybody can handle this. It's going to be tough. Hey, awesome. Yes, I know, Leslie, thank you. And Susan, hey, busy instead of productive. Yes, it's not good to be busy. We've got to be productive, and you've got to look at our actions giving us a return on our investment. So I'm going to give you this great trick. How can you banish your own saboteur? Right here, you need this little thing right here. It's called a rubber band. You can use a rubber band, or like I like to use when I'm going through something, I like to take a hair tie because it looks kind of not as bad to have like a little hair tie around my wrist as a rubber band. But either way, you put this on your wrist, and every time you go down a path that's not helping you achieve your goal, or something goes through your head that shouldn't be going through there, you just do this. Okay? You make that little snap, and it's not meant to like hurt you, but it's meant to take those synapses in your brain and refocus. And now you're refocusing. Ooh, that hurt. Ooh, that hurt. And you let go of those other bad thoughts. And now that's a trigger for you to remember, okay, now I've got to focus on something good. And honestly, what I have created for myself, and it is a freebie that is you can get by opting into my website. It's called My Success Manifesto. And it's a one-page document that I kind of outline everything, like who I am, who I help, how I help them. It's like basically it's a one-page positive words of affirmation statement that I say every morning. I have this every morning that I do, actually Miracle Morning. So it's kind of, have you ever read the book, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod? It's kind of like that, but it's a little simpler. But it basically allows you to start every morning on the right path, creating your next reality. Because when you start talking about things and you think about things and you write them down and you verbalize them and you keep doing that, those things will become a reality. And so my Success Manifesto is what I use to keep me on track. And you can actually have that free. It's just a one-page kind of outline document that you can fill in. That you can create your own success manifesto. So you can make sure you keep banishing your saboteur. And then step number 6 is to assemble your team, assemble help. And I encourage everybody to have a team of people helping them, because we can do amazing things as women. We all can. When we put our mind to it, we can make it happen. But we can make it happen faster and better and create more impact if we are doing it with the help of other amazing people, like-minded people. And I've got my printer. Somebody must be printing something. Here it comes. Sorry about that little distraction. So here are my Fab 5. These are people that help me, that I can't do without in my business. Okay. Yes, awesome. Thanks, Christine and Leslie. Yes, Susan Sparks. Awesome. Busy instead of productive. Perfect. Thank you all for keep sharing and liking and thumbs up and comments. I love that. So here is my Fab 5 list. First, you need to have a business coach, and you should have a business coach at all times. And at the various point in your business, you should have a different business coach for what you're trying to achieve. And you always have to hire somebody that has already done what you are looking to do. Don't hire somebody that is trying to do it. I know a lot of people, we create our business based on what we need to learn. But when you are looking to bring somebody in, an expert to help you accomplish something, it has to be somebody that has already achieved that goal or that process. The next thing is you need to have business mentors, and I suggest you have more than one. I have quite a few business mentors that I can reach out to at any time. It's been amazing. Like, I don't even want to list all of the mentors that I've had, but they have helped me create connections, share their wisdom, position me in certain areas that have been just amazing, amazing people. So be a mentor, or get a mentor, be a mentor. Either way, mentorship is completely, I think, a non-negotiable. Accountability partners, that's another thing. You have to have somebody that's keeping you accountable. Now, of course, if you have a business coach, that's great. They will keep you accountable, but you can also have peers, people that are trying to do the same thing you're doing, people in your same circle, people that are trying to achieve their own goals. Help them, share your wisdom, keep them accountable, keep their feet to the fire. I know I've had quite a few accountability partners throughout my life, and I have one right now that I've had for, a year and a half. I met her in a coaching program, and we talk every Thursday morning, non-negotiable. If we don't talk, we text. If we don't talk in the morning, we catch up the next few days, but we set our goals for the next week, even if it's just self-care. Sometimes we need to do that. But we do that, we check in, and we keep each other accountable. Your power team, that is a fourth person, group of people you need to have on your Fab Five list. And these are people that have your similar clientele. And I will say, Susan Sparks, who is on this thread right now, and an amazing person that is in this group. She is one of my power team members because I have a publishing company. I help people publish their books, but I am not a writer. I love to read, and I've gotten better at writing for my own self, but I cannot help other people write. So I have her as one of my power partners. And when I have a client that needs help in that area, she is the go-to person that will provide them the right support, resources, coaching, and she even does ghostwriting, I think, once in a while. Not so much anymore, just because her business has just evolved. And when she does ghostwriting, her work is amazing, but her prices are a little more competitive because of the results she gives her clients. So, oh my gosh, I see all these other people. Who needs an accountability partner? I'm in. Yes, awesome, good. So that's another good thing in this thread. Please, if you want an accountability partner, mentor, yes. Debbie Israel, what are you needing a mentor for? You need to put that down there. You need to be specific. That's the thing. When you ask somebody to be a mentor, you need to be very specific in what you're looking for. If you're looking for somebody to help you in a certain area, that's great. You need to define that area and let that person know what you're expecting of them. If it's just a phone call every quarter or coffee every quarter, or just being there to reach out if you have a question, you need to define what that mentorship looks like. So thank you, Debbie. If you need a mentor, thank you for reaching out, but be very specific in what you're looking for. Great, Susan, accountability partners. Let's add that to this list, to this thread. Let's get people connected. Great, Leslie, perfect. Maybe what we need to do is, what is our goal? What do we need an accountability partner for? Put that in the thread so we can make sure we're connecting with the right partner. Who we are, what's our business? Awesome, Debbie. Yay, let's keep going. Okay, if you are starting, how can you afford a coach? Well, so honestly, Gabby, that's a great question. But let me ask you this, how can you afford not to have a coach? And anytime you're starting in a business, if you want that business to be successful, you have to invest in that business, whether it be, if you need a computer, you need to invest in that computer. If you need, I don't know, whatever you need, training to get that business going, you need to invest in that training. And I really believe that a coach is part of that non-negotiable investment. Now, you don't want to have a coach that isn't going to help you, but that coach is going to, the right coach is going to help you expedite your process. Expedite your results. So then that way you're making money faster. So what would you rather do? Would you rather not hire a coach and wait 9 months before you start turning a real profit, or invest up front with the right coach that helps you start creating that profit in 3 months? And so eventually that coach is going to get paid for, and then you're going to be making more money than you would. And then down the road, you're going to be able to have more money to invest in a better coach. So I totally understand what you're saying, Gabby. And I know I've had coaches throughout the years. And at one point I invested over $10,000 in a coaching program. And I thought, oh my gosh, how can I make that money come? How can I do that? For just 1 year, I committed to that number. But what that did is, by me committing to that number, I probably shouldn't have said what that number is, but either way, I just did. That one thing made me accountable. That one thing made me step up my game, because I knew I couldn't fail. I couldn't lose that money. And I knew I had the potential inside me. I had the potential to make that much money and more, but I couldn't do it on my own. So I made that investment. That coaching program, by the end of that year, I tripled my investment. Could have been more. But at that point in my business, I thought that was great. And you know what? I will never regret. I don't regret that. And I've gone on to keep working with coaches. And you have to invest. The investment has to be scary, because that is what is going to, okay, I'm getting distracted by all these threads. All right, I'm going to come back to that. Let me keep finishing. So you need to have your power team. You need to then finally have your support team. Okay. Support team are people that you outsource to, hire, and that you delegate to, because you should be creating your business so that you are only doing the things that are in your area of expertise. If you don't like writing copy, hire Susan. If you don't like doing your book work, hire somebody else. I know there's somebody else in this group that does accounting and bookkeeping. You should not be spending your time doing that, because if you could hire somebody to do your accounting and spend, I don't know, say $100 a month for your accounting, which shouldn't cost that much, but say you hire somebody $100 a month to do your accounting and it takes her 3 hours. You can take that 3 hours, land a client that is going to make you way more than $100, and now you are spending your time wisely to get the biggest ROI, which is the return on your investment in your time. So you need to make sure you're outsourcing, so you're not doing the things that you shouldn't be doing, so you're not clogging your own funnel, so you're out there excelling and doing the things that not only are going to make you the most money, but are going to be able to help your client in the best way. And so finally, step number 7 is to rinse and repeat. Once your 60 days is done, then you go on and identify your next risky list item, your next scary goal, and you accomplish it the same way that you just accomplished this one. You create your success manifesto, you get your people in place, you sabotage every scary thought that comes into your mind, and you make it happen. So to recap, you're going to identify what needs to change. You're going to celebrate your most scariest things on that list. You're going to target your most important thing on that list. So now you're only focusing on one thing. You're going to create a plan. You're going to schedule actions to make that happen. You're going to keep banishing your saboteur, that little person inside your brain that will create all of those objections. You're going to assemble your team to help you make that happen. And then you're going to do it again in 90 days, 60 days. So in the thread, let's connect with some of you here. Let's go ahead and create your power partners, connect with each other, get your accountability partners. Go to my website, which is ChristyRuffino.com, and get the complete guide, as well as get my 7-day video series that will walk you through every step again, keep you supported throughout this process. And remember, tomorrow, Thursday, January 31st, my whole calendar is open. We're going to schedule 20-minute calls. I want to help you create your plan, whatever that looks like. Create your plan for you to accomplish your first goal in the next 60 days. Again, my area of expertise is helping you kind of elevate your brand and get more recognition as a published author. But maybe that's not what you're ready to do right now. We can create whatever plan works for you. But if you are in a place where you need to get more eyeballs on your business and you need to be seen and heard, having a book, and you know what? Having a book isn't about just jumping into this like red black hole and locking yourself in your room or your cabin for 60 days and just start writing. No, every step of the process of your book writing journey is an opportunity for you to create more exposure and profit centers. You can create your blog, you can do blog posts, you can do Facebook Lives, like all of these areas of focus that you are going to be sharing in your book, including your story. These are a way for you to build your audience and create your raving fans, get speaking opportunities, and you can create your course, and your course can create you money. And there's all of these different things that will make you more money than actually having a book in your hand by the end of this journey. And that's what I help people with. So I am going to look at all of our comments here. I hope you all found this super helpful. Thank you for commenting. Let's connect. Let's kind of keep this open for a little while. Whoa, look at all of them. Yay. I'm going to read some of these because I want to address any questions that you may have, but keep making comments because I want to connect. The Queen of Collaboration. I want you all to have the opportunity to connect with each other in this group, or really reach out to Christina Rowe and join her Standout Online program. It is an up-level program. The amount of money that I invest every month to be in this program, oh my gosh, I would do that 10 times. I would invest 10 times more because I've made amazing, I've gotten amazing clients. I've made great connections that have created opportunities for me for business ventures. Oh my gosh, there's been so many things, but these are women that are serious about growing their business and will invest the time back into you. So Caitlin, I'm open to partnering with you. Awesome. Let's send Caitlin a message. Let's make sure we connect too, become friends. Just because we're in this Facebook group, that doesn't mean we're actually friends together. So go ahead and do that. So thank you, Caitlin, for partnering. And Susan, I'd like an accountability partner who is also service-based and is doing online marketing. Perfect. Susan, are you good with copy? That's perfect. You stated your intention, you were clear. That way people know exactly how they could support you, so you connect with the right person. Perfect. I guess credit card. Oh, Gabby, yes, credit card. Oh my gosh, absolutely. My credit card was my investment partner for the first couple years in business. And it's basically, you don't get a business loan. You use the credit cards as your business loan. And that is your way to kind of invest in yourself to make it all come together. All right, Debbie, Israel, perfect. I'm a graphic artist, but I also have always wanted to do clothing design, and that's what I need people to help me with. But I can't afford people who charge for their time. So I'm not quite sure. You want to start designing clothing. Oh, send me a message. I actually have somebody in my community. Her name is Deanna. She actually has created her own line of clothing. Oh my gosh, this could be perfect. And I don't know where you're located. She's in Chicago. She's actually doing a big event in March in Chicago that is like a fashion show fundraiser event to help women that are victims of, women and men that are victims of human trafficking. So she's partnering with this great organization locally here, part of our community as well, called Rahab's Daughter. And that may be a great connection for you. She may be able to help guide you in the right direction, maybe a great mentor for you. I don't know. But she's an amazing woman. She is going to be sharing her story in our next Overcoming Mediocrity book. So Debbie, send me a message and I will connect you. I don't have $100,000. Oh my gosh, I don't know what you need for $100,000, but anybody that would be charging you $100,000, you wouldn't want to work with. Oh, maybe that's supposed to be $10,000. Yes, no. I only invested $10,000 in my business for a coach because I was already making six figures and I wanted to break into that multiple six-figure area. So you have to invest with a coach that is appropriate for your business and the money you're going to be able to make. If your business is not, like if Debbie, if you're starting a clothing design business and for the first year of that business, if your income projections will only for the first year bring you $50,000, then you need to make sure you invest in a coach that is appropriate for your income potential. You don't want to overinvest because then you're going to be working to pay for your coach, and that is not what you want to do. So good question. Thank you. So Leslie, she has a residential cleaning service that she needs an accountability partner. Awesome. Great, Leslie. Thank you. Let's get you connected. I don't have spare money, period. Debbie Israel. I don't know then, Debbie. So when you don't have money, you need to find a way to make it happen, because if you're not going to invest in your business, you should not expect anybody else to invest in your business for you. And if they're going to spend time to help you, then they're investing in your business. So just think about that. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be bold, but you have to figure out a way to make that happen. Deborah Butler, I sell online also. Go live on Facebook, looking ways to build a team. Awesome. Gabby, I don't even have 500 LOL. I just have a little bit of credit. I want a training cost at 4,000. Hippo can put on the credit card. Very scary. Not sure what that means, but if you're doing something scary, Gabby, I will give you credit. That means that you are going to be breaking into that next place. So just stay focused, stay strong, and make it happen. Make sure you have an accountability partner that keeps you on track, though. Debbie, I can't live without, I live on potential grocery stores and gas stations. Don't take that. I got that. Don't be afraid to delegate. Yes, absolutely. Oh, hey, Janelle Zaffer. She's awesome. She's local. Connect with her. She's out of the Chicagoland area. Her and her husband have an amazing business. So thanks, Janelle. Okay. Leslie, I found an awesome coach for just $30 a month. Okay, if she's charging $30 a month, I'm not sure how awesome she is, but if she's getting you the results that you need, then that's great. Perfect. I love your eyes. Oh my gosh, thank you. So when I was a kid going in high school, everybody called me bug eyes because my eyes are so big. Now I'm okay with it. Now as all my friends are getting like eye tucks and different things to lift their eyes, I don't have to do that, which is awesome. Okay, so thank you, Debbie. Appreciate that. Okay, Leslie, thank you. Can't go far out of my comfort zone. I'm the main caregiver for my mom. We both have to eat and pay mortgage. I get that. Believe me, honestly, Debbie, I can relate when I stepped out of my comfort zone. So when I started my organization, I was a single mom with 2 kids. I had a house. I was able to keep the house, but I had no job. My husband at the time was self-employed. He basically filed bankruptcy just so he wouldn't have to pay child support, and he was doing cash jobs. And so I was in this situation where I was the sole provider for my 2 kids with no job whatsoever. So I did get out of my comfort zone when I eventually I did get a job that was paying a little bit of money. And when I jumped out of that comfort zone to start my organization, which was one of the scariest things I've ever done, to be in a business where I had to make my own money, that was horribly scary, but I won't regret it. I basically had many sleepless nights at the time, but I won't regret that. So I'm looking at all these. I don't want to stop. Sorry, please jump off if I'm rambling, but I want to make sure that I connect with everybody. Oh, Barbara, awesome. Barbara Beckley, she is a part of this community as well. Connect with her. She's amazing. Her story is awesome. She's a speaker and trainer, and she is a published author, and she has been an amazing connection. Rahab from the Bible. Okay, so thank you, Debbie. Rahab from the Bible. So yes, I believe that's why she named that organization Rahab's Daughter. It is an amazing community, an amazing nonprofit in the Chicagoland area that helps women and men that are victims of human trafficking. Who is the lady that helps with online marketing? I don't know, Christine, you're going to have to go back on the thread and see who said that she helps with online marketing. Perfect. I'm not there. to work for companies. So Gabby wants to work for companies, a training company I've been working for 15 years. I don't know how to get contracts and clients. Most coaches don't work with corporations. You know what? There are coaches that specialize in helping people build coaching businesses that support corporations. So oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. Angelique Lowers. She's a high level coach, so probably not somebody that you can afford right now, but you can follow her, see what she does, get a part of her community. I don't know. Private message me and I'll connect you with her. And I would imagine there are coaches in this community, and especially in the Stand Out Online community, that needs that specialize in that area. So be very specific, send me a message and I will share that with my community and see if I have somebody that will actually specialize in that area of expertise. So hi, Cassie, thanks for joining. Gabby Danae, I love that, Danae Cortez. I need the info on the $30 a month coach. Yes, you can go ahead and connect with whoever up in the thread shared that, because we always want to share great resources. You are so authentic. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. Yes, I'm authentic and transparent, sometimes almost so much more than I should, but that's okay. I have no job. Thank you. Hey, Barb, love you. I do Susan Sparks does online marketing. There you go. So Susan Sparks, connect with, oh my gosh, where'd she go? Oh, Christine Neal. Yay. Oh my gosh. You guys are all in the same area. You're in the Indiana area. So Christine Neal, Susan Sparks, you guys probably are 30 minutes from each other. Have coffee. And Christine Neal has an amazing magazine called Fabulous Over 50. So she's a great resource to have. Emotional support and motivation. Awesome. Oh, there you go. I see, Susan, you've already connected with Christine Neal. Christine, we need to schedule time to talk. I'd love to see what you're up to right now and how I can support you. Awesome. So Leslie, Maya, you guys are connecting. Looking for a mentor for a retail boutique in Central Iowa. Okay, so Cindy, message me. I actually have somebody that I want to connect you with. She is branded herself as the retail maven, and she has a community of people in the retail space, and that community could possibly be a great resource for you. I think she's got a free community as well as a paid community, but she is amazing. She's a part of she's one of my church sisters, and she would be able to probably help you. Okay, awesome. I love that you guys are all connecting. Yay. Perfect. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to make a little comment here. Keep commenting, because I want to put my links and stuff in here. And hopefully this works. Workwithkristy.com. Workwithkristy.com. Perfect. There we go. All right. Well, thanks, ladies. Love connecting. Let's stay. If there's anything I can do to help you, when I see postings, I'm very skeptical of the successful women actually existing. I think there's some. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Danae. But yes, I would love to tomorrow. My whole calendar is full, or is open now, because of this crazy cold Chicago weather. And I would love to book a really short 20-minute strategy call with you to define your profit centers, or define your action plan for your next 60-day goals that you want to create for yourself, the changes that you want to make in your world. And I don't know, but hopefully you enjoyed this. I thought it was fun. I was a little hesitant because I typically do my lives a little differently, but because I'm stuck in a wheelchair, I don't really have a lot of options to do anything fun. So you've got this like crazy background with my dogs playing and all this awesome things. But all right, love you all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay warm if you are in a cold area. I think it's kind of cold everywhere, but let's keep connecting, because you know what? We can't do things as good and as fast as alone as we can with other amazing women. Oh, and by the way, so I want to share, if you're still with me, I don't know who's all with me. If you're with me, Susan Sparks, Lisa Auto, Barbara Beckley have all been women that have shared their story in one of our Overcoming Mediocrity books. There we go. And I would love to have a conversation with you about sharing your story as well. Of course, there's an investment because it takes money for us to produce this book, as well as we do a lot of marketing for our authors to get you exposure. But it is a economical and fast way for you to have your first book. Or if you're ready to do your own book, I'm here to help you as well, because I want you to be one of those 100 women that are able to position themselves as a Amazon bestselling author and to create your profit stream. So thanks, everybody. I am going to go for now. And oh my gosh, this was like almost an hour video live. That's amazing. But I had fun. Hopefully you had fun too. And let's keep connecting. Bye. Oh, I hate to say goodbye, but bye. Bye for now. How's that? Bye for now.